And what's worse, wallahi, most gangsters, they only look down at Muslims. Maybe, you know, he buys a nice little car, or maybe he's got a few little spinners around him who feed him because of his physical size. Yeah, so they start looking. So he actually starts believing I'm something, man. Or maybe you're making a couple of dollars moving a couple of things. So then there's this attitude, don't come to me with your deed. Let me do as I please. Let me run amok. I want to go where I want. I want to sell what I want. I want to snort what I want. I want to sleep with whoever I want. Don't come to me with your religion. If Allah is so great, then why is He so bothered? Leave me alone. Well, my brother, you also, no matter what you do, no matter what you sell, no matter what you take and how much you take of it, it doesn't harm Allah. Wallahi, my sister, the way you look, you will never look better. You know why? Because you were not created by Fulan. Allah created you the way you are. And if people don't like it, well then the hell with them. Really, it's that simple, man. What's the, you know? Allah says, I love you the way you are. Allah says, I want you just the way you are. Allah says, I created you like that because that's the way I wanted it. Allah says, I want you to be covered and conceal what you have. It's only for me and for your husband and for those who I've made halal for you. What are you stressing out about? Today you walk around and every single one of us has this disease. Every one of us has this disease. That, yeah, look, you know, alhamdulillah, I'm not the best Muslim. And yeah, maybe my Quran has shortcomings. And yeah, maybe my salah is not this, that, and the other. But it's all right. No, it's not all right, akhi. People think that, listen, you know what? If I don't want to pray, that's none of your business. It's between me and Allah. Have you ever heard this? That no one can judge me. Only God can judge me. Wow. Big round of applause for this, brother. Hey. Only God can judge me. Well, duh, yes, only God can judge you. But unfortunately, brother, I have news for you. Your shortcomings has an effect on me, has an effect on my wife, has an effect on my children, and has an effect on the rest of the ummah. So it's not up to me to allow you to do your wrong and to do your haram and not stand before you, right, and give you clear warning that what you're doing is wrong and batil. Sometimes people say, look, let me straighten my life out and inshallah I'm going to start praying. Habibi, you will never straighten anything out if you don't pray. That's why you pray, to straighten your life out. Nothing, my brothers and sisters, let no man get between you and Allah. Pray. No matter what's happening in your life, pray. No matter where you are, pray. You know, sometimes people come to you and tell you, brother or sister, you're a hypocrite. Sister, you don't wear the hijab and you pray. Tell a sister, thank you very much. I'm a hypocrite. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you. But my prayer is between me and Allah. No one else's business. The Prophet of Allah, he says the difference between us and them is the prayer. The very first question on the day of resurrection that you're going to be asked is about the prayer. If you pass, then everything after that's going to be easy. But if you fail that, then everything after that is just going to get worse. How, just for the love of Allah, someone explain to me, how has shaitan turned the month of fasting into the month of feasting? Someone, please explain. The month of eating less has become the month of throwing food away. Now, halal and haram, I'm not here to debate. The mashayikh here, I'm not a sheikh at all. I'm not here to speak fiqh. But just think with me. How has the month of fasting, how has he been so successful into turning it into the month of feasting? Is it haram to eat? No, wallah, it's not haram to eat. But brother, I ask you by Allah, is this what Ramadan is about? You want to see the condition of the Muslims? Go to an iftar where the food is late. Guess who Eid is really for? The guy that hasn't had a single invitation. He's been doing his maghrib in the masjid, breaking his fast. He's here for Isha, praying his taraweeh, monitoring and he thrashes himself for 30 days, eating little, trying to push and push and push and push. Yeah, when the day of Eid comes and he hugs the brother that's been praying for 30 days next to him, and his eyes tear up, and there's that moment. And do you think Allah accepted us, brother? That's Eid for the believers. So brothers always tell me, what? Brother, have you noticed how Eid doesn't have the feeling anymore? Eid doesn't have that feeling anymore. I say, Wallah, brother, where's the feeling gonna come from? Where? You and I, we've been eating and feasting and partying 30 nights of we've been eating out for 30 days. You've been having hulu and sweets and argili and my cousins and my tata and my amma and my khala for 30 days. Yes, I come Eid. What feeling are you expecting, brother? What feeling are you expecting? Come Eid. What do you expect? There's no celebration for you. You've been partying for a month. You've been partying for a month. Look, honestly, what do you expect to feel? You being alive to see this month, I promise you, it's a gift from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. A few years ago, there was a brother in Villawood. A few years ago, the night before Ramadan, I'm not telling you 2-3 nights or a week, the night before Ramadan, he had a car accident. It was him, his cousin, and a girl in the car. The night before Ramadan, my brothers, Allah Azza wa Jal took his life. Ramadan came so close, but he was so far. So my brothers and sisters, do not waste this month. And I'm going to say something, so, you have to be selfish in this month. This month is about you. It's about you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because every one of us has shortcomings. Every one of us knows himself that he's had a terrible year. This is my chance to make it up, man.
Death once asked life, he said, why does everyone love you, but yet they hate me? So life responded and it said, because you, death, you are a painful truth, while I'm a beautiful lie. That's the reality of this world. There is no happiness here. You will never find true contentment in this world. Allah, the creator of this world, the creator of true happiness, has told us the only place, the only location you will ever find true happiness is where? He says, verily in the remembrance of Allah, the hearts, they find true rest, true happiness, true contentment. That's where you find it, not in this world.
Imagine you're someone who goes out and calls people back to Allah. Imagine you're someone who puts the love of Allah back in people's hearts. Wallahi, my brothers, the world is lost. Wallahi, people have lost hope, Muslims included. And wallahi, sometimes just telling people about Allah makes all the difference in the world, man. But who's going to do this? Me? How many people can I visit, man? I'm one man, wallahi I am. Every one of you now, didn't you hear something? Didn't something move you? Get out to the thousands of people that you know and tell them and call them back. Wallahi, my brothers, victory in this world is only through the deen of Allah. Allah created us for a reason, wallahi. Allah didn't create us so we can eat and sleep with women or have mates and buy houses and drive cars. We are not animals. You have a purpose in this world, wallahi you do. And my brothers and sisters, I have news for you. You only get one shot at life, man. There's no coming back. You only get one life, my brother. Stop wasting your life. Wake up. Make something of your life, man. Don't be another face in the crowd. Don't be another number. Be someone that contributes something to humanity. Every one of us thinks, brother, I'm the best Muslim. Wallahi, I love Allah. I love the Quran. Well, do you really love the Quran? How much of it have you memorized? I'm 33. Uqsam billah, I'm embarrassed to tell you how much Quran I've memorized. Wallahi, I'm embarrassed to tell you. Hala, come pull me aside, tell me, hey, Hoblos, you love the Quran? Astaghfirullah, bro, what are you saying? Wallah, I'll die for the Quran. Do you really, you spinner? Do you really? You still know the same 5 surah of Quran that you memorized when you were 6 years old. Allahu Alam if you even read it properly. 30 years of life has passed you and you haven't increased a single verse of Quran. And you want to come play the violin and tell me how much you love the Quran. Habibi, look, you're not standing in front of me, you're standing in front of Allah. But do you really?
Problems are many. Everyone's got problems in their lives. And problems are inevitable. You will always face issues in your life. It doesn't matter who you are and where you're from. Issues are there in our lives. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala puts these issues there as a reminder for every single one of us that this world is not Jannah. You will never find complete peace and happiness in this world. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala designed it as such. Complete happiness is only in Jannah. So in this world we'll always have our issues, our ups and downs. And the solution to everything is always Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He's the King of Kings. He's the one who's created the 7 heavens and the earth. He's the one that sustains. He's the one that every single heart is in His hands, subhanahu wa ta'ala, and He's the one that's in control. So our solution to anything and everything is always Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.